My review for Rambo Last Blood is going to be pretty short and sweet. If you are a fan of Rambo, then you're probably going to like this movie. I'm a big fan of Rambo. I've enjoyed all of the previous movies, and I was super excited to see this movie, and this movie did not disappoint. You know, that's because I was going in expecting to see a Rambo movie. I wasn't going in expecting to see some Oscar-winning, masterpiece or anything like that. I wasn't going in expecting to see the next Citizen Kane. I was going in expecting to see Rambo doing Rambo things, and this movie did not disappoint on that front. So if you are a fan of Rambo, you will like this movie. Beyond that, really, there isn't much to say about this movie. Like I said, it's not a masterpiece or anything. The writing isn't like out of this world amazing, but at the same time, that's because it's a Rambo movie, and we just know how Rambo movies work. It's about, Sylvester Stallone being Rambo, being a badass, and basically kicking everyone's ass, and that's exactly what this movie does, and it does it very well. There's a lot of tragic things about this movie, man. I don't really want to go into it because a lot of it is spoiler driven, but this movie is dark. This movie is honestly one of the darkest of the Rambo movies. It's very tragic, even all the way up to the end, man. Like, the end really did tear me up a little bit, just how tragic it was. Like, there's a lot of grief and emotion throughout this entire movie, and it was handled very, very well. Sylvester Stallone is just a legend. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Sylvester Stallone and everything that he has done for the film industry, for film in general, and just for giving us so many great characters and performances and all of that type of stuff. Like, he is continuing to be a legend to this day, and I appreciate the man. I really, really do. So, there's a lot of people also talking about this movie and talking about how even like critics and people like Beyond the Trailer, Grace Randolph, I'm just and they're like, this movie is super racist and misogynistic, and it's neither of those things, man. It's neither of those things. In the second scene of this movie, we already have a positive Mexican character, I guess you could say, who's a female. And she is awesome. And then, like the next scene after that, we get another Mexican woman who is also an awesome character. And then, like, 5 scenes after that, we get another awesome Mexican woman character. So, I don't know what these people are talking about. This movie points out a lot of bad things happening. This movie brings awareness to actual real-life issues, like Mexican cartels and I shouldn't say the word because I'll get demonetized, so sex trafficking. This movie brings awareness to those issues, and it does it in a really, really well done way, because it's not like making it any sort of like political message that it's shoving down your throat. It's just bringing awareness to those real life things that are happening, and I appreciated that about this movie. And I think that's why a lot of leftist critics didn't like this movie, is because it kind of throws shade to the leftist narrative. And I liked this movie because of that, and it did it in a really well done way, where it wasn't a politically driven movie that was trying to cram it down your throat or anything. It was just saying, hey, this is stuff that's actually happening. Here's Rambo, and let's see what he does in this situation. And it did it in a very well way. And let me tell you what, this movie really gets the testosterone going. Like, this movie has a lot of toxic masculinity in it, and I don't mean like the actual toxic masculinity. I just mean like, it's awesome because you get to see Sylvester Stallone being the awesome dude that he is, and just going out there and basically just being an awesome character and just kicking everyone's ass, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And so I really did enjoy this movie a lot. I had a really good time in the theaters. There's also a lot of people complaining about the violence and stuff. There's nothing in this movie that I haven't seen before in a previous movie, so I don't know. People are just getting way too sensitive, man. Way too sensitive. But man, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. There isn't really much I can say about this movie because it's just a Rambo movie, guys. If you are a fan of Rambo, you will probably like this movie. And like I said, it is tragic. It really is tragic. There's a lot of dark, deep stuff happening in this movie, and it did tear me up a little bit, man. It really, really did. So, yeah, I mean, besides that, I don't really have anything else to say about the movie. I just, if you are a fan of Rambo, I do recommend going to see it in theaters because, there's a lot of awesome things that happen in this movie, and it's really, really fun to watch. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And if you have seen Rambo Last Blood, let me know in the comments below what you think about the movie. Did you enjoy it? I hope to hear. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about it. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.